Alright, so in terms of experimental stuff we want to try out, some of it isn't super experimental. Oh, I forgot to turn on SVGs, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. Some of the stuff isn't going to be super experimental. So, for instance, we're going to run crits on first, and we're just going to we're going to clear roof and stuff a little bit first, make some space in yard, possibly put our heavy in the head glitch here, and then just kind of start walking forward, take beam and demo into trench, and then we just kind of get here, I charge a sticky, we crits, and hopefully kill all of them, but more realistically get nothing. So that's the crits. Some other things. On offense, we can have our soldier run man treads and maybe beggars. With beggars, you're running a sack. You're just kind of charging the beggars, walking through here. Pyro can't air blast you, and you just kind of turn the corner and unload the beggars into whoever happens to be sitting here. You can also just take like normal rocket launcher and man treads and take the Uber through. So instead of demo pyro, it is soldier pyro. And the idea is the soldier can't really be stuffed. So the soldier is walking through, pyro is making space for the soldier to walk through, and then you can just turn the corner on soldier, shoot some feet, do a little bit more damage in that exchange. You're still probably going to want to leave and refight tunnel though afterwards. Some other interesting things. Another thing I want to try out is soldier running cow mangler. So if we're rotating after an exchange in apps, regardless of whether the soldier's in it or not, to main tunnel, the soldier can be with us main tunnel. The first thing we're going to need to do is kill the gun, right? And it's going to be wrangled. It's going to be super annoying. Usually you have a spy, sap it, or enforcer it, or whatever to help with the wrangle. But that sometimes the spy gets cut out, and that can really mess up the push. So the idea is you have soldier run cow mangler. The soldier charge shots the gun, and that makes the gun, it's essentially sapped. It doesn't visually disable the shield, but in terms of damage, the cow mangler disables the wrangler. So you deal full damage to the gun, you charge shot the gun, it's disabled. Demo and heavy can just kind of shred the gun, or whoever really can just kill the gun, and then you can flood through as normal. Demo locks off apps, your apps players start walking through as everyone else floods through tunnel. That's the idea there. And then one other thing I wanted to try was on second defense. The demo runs loose cannon because you can just stand down here and the sounds. That's pretty much it. You can knock the Ubers around and get funny sounds by just doing this. So that's something I want to try out as well. And then we have minutes for some really questionable strategies.
Questionable.
Yes.
This is an understatement.
Yes.
So, yes, for pushing second, many teams have the problem of actually peeking all three doors at once, pushing on offense here. So, to avoid that, the idea is that we're trying to get most of our team into mansion. How do you do that, you ask? Well, you could try walking out this door, but then everyone dies to the gun and everything that's staring at you here. So, this is really kind of there's two ways to go about this. One, there is, I'm sure Fuzzy will like this. You can try like Vaccinator and just like flash a whole bunch of people
Yeah.
and just walk them over here like a bunch of idiots. That's one way.
You
I'm not
can't
really
vax through a
sure.
gun though. You can't vax through a gun because you
Oh,
have the
probably.
bullets and the blast. It's just too much
Oh,
damage.
true. Yeah. So, well, I mean, you're going to lose a couple people, but this is Vaccinator feed theory, so it doesn't matter. I think the more realistic way to go about it is essentially you're sort of planning that you're going to fail this first push, which most teams do anyway. You could have some sort of Uber exchange up here, and in the process of this Uber exchange or a sack play, that this is a distraction. The idea is that you're getting your engineer and maybe someone else to come in and he's building a teleporter. So now you can have a teleporter and set up and just have everyone come in through the teleporter.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. I love it.
So yeah, so you try at least your sniper, and if you can get your combo in here, that's great. But you definitely want to have your sniper in mansion, because most of the time he's having to do some sort of really horrible peek through one of the horrible doorways. So this is giving him a little bit more leeway in terms of angles, and he's a little bit on even ground, sort of. If you could get your combo here, of course, now you can fight through multiple doorways. You have a little bit more open area for your combo to maneuver in and choose angles to fight from. And obviously, you're closer to your flank, so if the flank is able to get to your dimension, that's great. If they come out of the side tunnel, that's great too. So
And
in general,
the
that's
idea
the
is you're
idea.
walking along the catwalk to fight them once you get your combo here, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's
I
the
have
general idea of
another
match.
thing you could try to do that. So normally
Okay.
you do rotate after an exchange, you're rotating to main tunnel, and you're coordinating with your
Mhm.
spy to get the gun and then flood through. You would do the
Right.
same thing where you coordinate with your spy to get the gun, except instead you're doing it from side tunnel. You come from side tunnel, kill the gun, and then get a dimension that way.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. The
Well, it's
NG
a
telly though is pretty funny too.
yeah. I mean, like you could do that, the side tunnel push and getting the gun this way, but like if you're trying to optimize it, if you've gotten the gun and you're able to be out here in space, then you probably should just be pushing from here. You shouldn't
Yeah,
like be going into the
that's probably
mansion and
fair.
having another fight. But
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, so
So yeah, I think the way to play it then is we have because we're going to be exchanging in apps. That's pretty much what we're doing anyway. And during that, they're almost certainly going to wrangle the gun, especially if we can get like a soldier through on Mancheds. They're going to probably wrangle the gun so we don't kill the gun, and that makes it
right.
absolutely free, assuming the flank defensive flank is brain dead. Makes it absolutely free for engineers to walk into mansion. So
Yeah.
during the exchange, if we can have our flank try to contest their flank and escort our engineer to mansion. So
Yes.
we would put our spy, soldier, scout, engineer on that, trying to bust through their flank and get our engineer into mansion. Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, that's my mansion idea. Was there anything for third from you?
Third, playground hold is I have on the
Oh,
list.
okay. Yes. So,
You have notebook, by the way, if you want it.
oh,
SV sheets are on.
next. Okay. So, um, this is kind of the inverse of the bunker hold, right? Like you're under there. It's hard for the offense to get to you. You're right next to the track. Uh, yeah, but you're giving up the high ground. So this is you have the high ground. There's basically nothing that can get you in terms of high ground except for this doorway. So I think that you have your pyro posted up here, so just air blast anything that tries to walk in for free, because he's not doing anything else. There's nothing else the pyro can like reasonably do in terms of direct fight. So he's looking here. Your demo can play this long or play this in the window, whatever. Uh, your sniper could just be like here. Uh, you're essentially just like flipping everything, and you still have pretty good denial of the cart path. You don't have the direct denial, of course, but in general, this is kind of just like you're stacking close to your flank, so now you can directly like buff your flank harder, and you can have this angle as well, I guess, as sniper.
Wouldn't it make more sense to put your flank on platform or red room if you're putting your this is defense, right? You're putting your combo here on defense. So wouldn't it make more
Right.
sense to put your flank in red room or platform?
Uh, I mean, you could, but they're pretty far away. It's going to be really hard for you to really support them. Like as it is, when your combo is here and the flank is over there, your combo can't really support the
Yeah, but
flank.
I mean, if your
So,
flank's playing around red room and whatnot, they
mhm,
have packs themselves. They can get arrows if they need them, but really they can just leave to
I
spawn
suppose.
and resupply behind.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's kind of up to the flank's discretion.
Yeah, they can just kind of
Um,
rotate around to wherever they want to
yeah,
be.
because like again, like the whole idea of the bunker hold is you're giving up the platform because you don't really need it. So
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing of like, do you really need to have your flank here? Like they
Well,
can
because what
if
they'd be
they're
doing is they'd be playing to deny card.
right, yeah, they can play to deny card. I was thinking more just like this is an angle for them to flank into,
Oh yeah,
because
that too.
yeah, I mean I think that's the more juicy possibility.
Yes.
But I don't know. Yeah, again, I think it's more of a flank player's discretion
Yeah.
on what they want to do.
Second question: how do you get there? Because usually when you're leaving second, it's because you've been forced out of apps. There is
Right.
very rarely a time where you're in apps and the point is capped. So how are you
Okay.
getting there?
So this is not open, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, when you're on second. Yeah. So like you're as you said, you're probably just like leaving through Maine or whatever. You really just have to waddle. This is going to be like an exercise in do you know how to leave second? And most people don't, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's going to be a tough one. Okay. So what are players doing in Playground? Who's watching what? Because you should specify that. Otherwise, we're all just going to sit there and diddle our thumbs while we get destroyed from 3 angles.
Um, well, again, so Pyro's looking here.
Yep.
Your demo is locking off the choke. Your sniper can maneuver around. If they're going into red room again, your sniper can probably see
Yeah.
most things. In terms of like your heavy, he can look here, or he can maybe look through this window.
I think Heavy
Um,
would be best watching the one-way shutter into here.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
actually,
I
no.
guess
Really, that would be Demo would be best to watch the shutter if you think about it.
this one really.
Well, I mean, it's a waste of Demo, but in terms of watching
Yeah,
the shutter, he is the best one to watch it.
yeah. Well,
So
again, so like I was thinking initially having your flank just again playing
yeah, have
boiler.
your flank
So
playing here. That would do it.
yeah.
And then your Heavy is supporting your flank. Your Demo is watching main.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
that would work. Yeah. So really, I would say your Heavy is replacing your Scout, and then your Scout does whatever because I,
Yeah.
playing in here isn't super fun for Scout.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
can the scout can make this jump if he like
With
hits the
Winger,
Boston Bachelor. Yeah,
with Winger,
or with
yeah.
Winger too. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, this is possible for the scout. He could be directly supported when he does
Yeah.
this.
What else is there? Missing classes. Engineer. What do you think gun goes?
Oh, good question. I have no idea.
Okay,
I
okay. So hear me out. Where the pack is here, I can just let me get on
Hmm.
red. Get myself.
Can you build there?
No, so you put just down here. Just put it down here. See it? Where the stickies are? In the boiler.
Oh, okay.
So what's gonna happen? Your flank's gonna lose boiler. They're gonna walk to the shutter. They're gonna turn the corner. You're going to die. And I'm gonna say, why the fuck is there a gun there?
Yes, this is great.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Or Dakota, you have other funny gun spots that works too. Because I mean, if you're playing bunker, you're extremely unsupported.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, there's no reason to have anything in bunker while you're doing this.
second question. I guess no. The answer to my question is just put a telly over here. But it's the same thing as tiles on Upwood, where if you lose players, it's hard for them to get back.
Right.
So yeah, the answer is just telly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's basically no. I mean, you can drop down or something if you want to try to leave, but realistically, there's no way to really leave this in a safe way. Like you don't have the spawn
Yeah.
to back into like you normally do. So you need to really just go all in for this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We missed tunnel hold, by the way. We forgot to talk about tunnel
Oh,
hold.
okay. Tunnel hole. I mean, Braun is here, so
Does
Braun
Brown know
can
how to do tunnel holds really well?
Yeah, I mean, he's played with invite teams. He understands this probably better than we do. So, yeah. But
Okay.
in general, you're stacking your team in here. It's forcing them to have some sort of meat grinder thing in here, or for them to try to flank you from apartments. So
Yeah.
if they're trying to flank from apartments, you just go meet them and crush them as they're trying to get in. If they're having the exchange here, then your pyro and your demo just stuff this and destroy everything that tries to get in. They're going to try to push one of two paths. Inevitably, there's going to be some players that try to like overextend. So your scout is probably going to be cleaning that up. In general, again, like you're having your demo and pyro close up to deny initial fights, and your scout is kind of just waiting in the background for those stragglers to appear, essentially.
Yeah. And we also said soldiers go on to apps, right?
Mhm.
Also,
Oh,
just a
also,
note.
like if they're trying to like gather out here, then I think it's a good idea to just like Uber into them as defense,
Okay.
just out into the
How do
mouth
you
here.
guarantee the med pick? You just coordinate with Spy?
I mean, you don't. It's just an exchange. So you're just having to
Oh, it's an
exchange.
exchange. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. How do you guarantee the force?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a spy call, like that they
Yeah.
are very close.
Okay. And then one other thing. This is a thing that may or may not actually be useful, but if you put a telly right here, this is a viable head glitch for heavy. How useful it is, meh. But it is something that's funny to have a head glitch here with heavy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are those all the topics?
That I had written. Do we have anything for the later points?
Um. Well, we do. I mean, we've tried crits on fourth before. That's pretty
Oh yeah,
effective
crits
if you
on
just
fourth.
crits and hit them over the
Yeah,
shield.
yeah. Okay, I
Um,
like this.
I think you also didn't you have like a Vax idea for this point?
Yes. So that's feed theory. Yes. So this is the point on Swiftwater where Vaccinator is most viable. The idea is uh, Sniper is super oppressive on this point. So the idea is you just and the fight eventually essentially becomes a fight to get your heavy into this head glitch or that head glitch, either of these head glitches, right? So the idea is, and the thing that's mostly contesting you from that head glitch is demo, and then heavy. You have to damage the other heavy enough that your heavy can bully the way into the head glitch without losing the heavy v heavy immediately after. So the idea is you basically run the vaccinator, spam pop bullet on your heavy while they walk up, so your medic and your heavy live, and then you keep bullet on your heavy as they get in the head glitch. They don't even need to worry about the heavy v heavy; they just instantly win the heavy v heavy, and then you have your heavy in the head glitch, and that gives you massive control of grass. And what that lets you do is then your demo's playing behind your heavy, supporting your heavy. You can bully them off at grass by back tanking your heavy, and as your combo and your flank collapses on grass, you get grass, then you bully them onto ramp, etc. Just basically standard fourth, except your heavy can't be killed by heavy or sniper. And the things to watch out for are spy. Don't let your heavy get stabbed. And also, the demo exists. It is a problem. So, ideally, the other team's demo is bad.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes, this is good.
Yes. But the idea is you basically just don't fear sniper. You get your heavy in the head glitch, kill the heavy, and then you focus the demo. If the heavy's forward and peeking you, if the heavy's not forward and peeking you, then you focus the demo first, as you would normally. And actually, there was another thing I wanted to try out too that was recommended by someone else. So normally, when you're trying to avoid sniper, you're kind of hugging this right wall and hoping the sniper isn't on bats, right? An alternative idea is you bring your entire combo into garage over here. So you're supporting your sniper in garage. You just destroy their flank with your combo. Get your sniper in garage, and then you walk your combo out here. Actually, so I should say, once you get your sniper in garage, you get your sniper here, watching very specifically this angle. Right? You're watching. I think you actually watch it from where is it? You watched it from. The idea is basically you have your sniper watching this angle, right? I forget where exactly it was you watched. It's not here because you can't see it from here. I guess it is just this window. You're looking over the rock at that angle. Um, and was it back here? Oh, you can do it from back here. Also was. You can watch it from back here. And so you're watching that angle on with the pack, and then you drop your combo out of here, and you hug the left wall instead, walking forward. And you're not really peeking the sniper except for barely over there, except for this one spot that your sniper's hard watching. And then you get your combo really close for free. Your demo can spam over here as usual, and your heavy can go to fight the head glitch. And that's just an alternative approach that we had for that. That's also something we could try. Yes. Did we have anything else, Nimitz?
I mean, as long as we're here on fourth and covering things that are just not meta, I mean, uh, playing in grass here on defense is pretty nice. If you're able to get your combo here, this is really nice. It allows you to directly pressure any sort of garage players, so this means their flank is kind of under a lot of pressure that they normally aren't. You are slightly closer to the cart path. Your demo
Yeah.
has a little bit better sticky paths, and in terms of taking Ubers, your pyro can be
Yeah.
more involved, I guess.
Yeah.
you are going to be more exposed to bombs and stuff like that.
But you're less
And
exposed to sniper.
yeah, you are less exposed to sniper,
Yeah.
except for these funny hero shots, and
Yeah,
also funny shutter opening shots. But
but your flank just gets
essentially,
hard buffs and is fine. So
right, exactly. So yeah, you're in general you're playing just a little bit more aggressive, and you can potentially use into them here. So
yeah,
I think that's a lot
it
nicer.
has A, where would gun go, and then B, it has the same problem of you have problems with getting respawners.
Right. I mean, the gun is still basically where it normally is, just like at the top of
Who plays the
the
support
country there.
engineer then? Because your engineer is very alone.
He is a little bit more exposed. He's kind of just playing closer over here.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, because the rest of the team is so far forward and pressuring so much harder, the engineer has a little bit less pressure. It's really just the spy that'll be a problem for him.
Yeah.
Um, and I know Fuzzy knows how to do this, but if you're getting beat up on fourth and you're getting respawners in
You just
time
rotate shutter. Yeah.
coming through the long way here. Going through shutter is fine. I tend to just go the long way here. I think that this is slightly better, but up to your discretion.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess while we're still here, like if you're able to destroy them when you're holding on fifth and just basically wipe them, you can very easily just come back to fourth and essentially just rehold fourth again as fifth, as long as the card is not like super close.
Mimich's tutorial on how to get backcapped by spy.
No, just don't have the cart be that close, or just have like 2 or 3 people on there. Realistically, like you
Mimich's
just need the
tutorial of
pyro.
how to get backcapped by spy.
No. Well, okay, so like if you guys are just terrible at the game and you like lose a 2 or 3v1, then yes, you deserve to be backcapped. But like it's totally fine, as long as your players are just not terrible.
The famous last words of someone about to be backcapped by spy. It's totally fine.
Okay. I think that's basically it. I couldn't really think of anything for fifth. It's pretty static in general.
Yeah.
If you can, as defense, like push them here, this is
Sorry, where is
better.
here? I tabbed out for a second.
Oh, uh,
Push them here.
just like
Yeah, red room.
in window red room area. Like if you're able to meet them here, I think that this is better than just like waiting for them to do this Uber or waiting for them to do an Uber anywhere that they want to. Just to, like don't let them have the Uber on
So
their
yeah,
turn.
same thing of you take exchanges into them.
Yes.
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 And then your flank could probably call that if they're playing paint can or something.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, let me make these notes just so we remember what we're doing. So Chris back on fourth. We have Garage, offense, fourth, grass hold. Fifth forward hold on grass. Fifth defense. Exchange into red room. There we go. I think I wrote down all the things we're doing in team chat.
Okay. I think
I'm saying check it, make sure I got them all.
Okay. Yeah, that looks right.
Very nice. Yep, so those are the things we're going to be trying. We're not going to try them all in one scram. We'll probably decide before, given half, which ones we're going to be trying. But we do want to get all of them on Friday between our 4 halves of Swift. There we go. Very nice.